So Logan, what would you do if a video got sent to your phone from an anonymous number, and it was a leaked video of Ryan's asshole, and like his out of his asshole came like an octopus beak, and it like picked something up. What would you do if you woke up and at the foot of your bed, Rhett and Link were there, and they said "Good mythical morning"?
They're pulling off. Each of them were pulling off one of your socks.
Yeah. And they're pulling off your blanket as well.
So what are you guys doing here? And then
there's cameras
let's
around.
talk about that.
And he fucking put his foot in the fucking ice cream while he was asleep.
Logan did?
Yeah. He put,
Logan.
I was asleep and I was like
it was
moving around or something.
It was literally his bare foot in the bowl of ice cream, and we were fucking losing our shit. And I like woke him up. I'm like, Logan, your fucking foot is the ice cream. And then he looks at it, and then he grabs the fucking the curtains for the window and wipes his foot off on the curtains and goes back to sleep.
I was so fucking delirious when you woke me up.
Cockhead.
The communities, and there's just one. It's a user called Funny Manufacturer 30. The picture is just his cock.
Well, alright, I'm gonna type in r/porn and see what comes up, and see what the weirdest ones with porn in the title are.
There's just gonna be a porn subreddit.
Well, I know. Well, I wanted to see what the weirdest one with the word porn in it is.
Oh,
like r/porn overlords, apparently. r/lips that grip.
Ooh.
Dedicated to pussy lips that grip the cock as they're getting fucked. Almost a million members.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my god, 972,000 members. Let's take a look. What the fuck? What is this? This woman has a dildo up her pussy, but her pussy is literally pulsating, and she's not moving.
What?
Literally fucking her pussy is just opening and closing by itself. like a fucking I don't even know how to describe it.
It is a creature.
Would you do a video? Oh no, what? What would you do? This is okay, Ryan. This is a question about you, but it is to Logan. You cannot answer.
What?
Okay, so Logan, what would you do if a video got sent to your phone from an anonymous number, and it was a leaked video of Ryan's asshole, and it his out of his asshole came like an octopus beak, and it picked something up, and pulled it in.
Oh my god. Be called insane.
It made a slurp noise when it went in. Went. And then Ryan looked at the camera and did a thumbs up.
How would that video have even been taken?
Well, he did it. He took the video.
Why?
But it was leaked from his phone.
Why did he take the video?
Thought it was funny. As most of Ryan's.
So he took it because he thought it was funny, but he wasn't gonna send it to anybody.
Well, no, he just thought it was funny to himself, and he rewatches it a couple times. year. Literal. Why am I watching? Okay, look at this. I'm gonna print screen just this fucking image. This is what I have to watch right now. They're slapping this woman awake.
Wait, what the fuck?
Her eyes are so
Oh,
sunken in, dude.
Yes, because she's
oh
on
my
fucking.
god!
Why do I have to watch this?
What is your class?
It's like some drug class. Oh no, this reminded me of the dream I had.
Oh yeah, you need to fucking say that.
I will. Do you want to know what reminded me, by the way?
What?
This horrible scene of a fucking woman who is passed out on the ground, and her child is like trying to drag her around. And like is crying because she's passed out on the ground from drug addiction. Me and my group of friends surround one person with our guns pointed at him. We say, this is a Persona 5 aesthetic, and then we all run in and beat him with our weapons.
We make sure there's like a curtain over us so you can only see our shadows like flying around, and then we play the hit sound effect from our phones. So it's like pew 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 pew, and then I stand in front of the camera and pull on my glove.
Yeah, and then like and then his nose fucking explodes with blood in the back.
Yeah, and then we have some dude playing the fucking keyboard in the background going
Yeah.
do 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 do.
And we run around in circles.
Or we get in our van and drive around the parking lot.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I forgot about this actually. So I had a dream. I was editing a random shit, and I was editing footage where Homer killed his neighbor, and he was so stupid. He kept like opening the front door of the house with the dead body right there, and he kept like going to his car to like grab shit. But like people were like just seeing the dead body in his doorway. And that is it. That's all I have wrote down.
What the fuck, man?
That was it. Okay. Okay, well mine is very strange. But I only remember like 2 things from it. And it must have been multiple dreams because like they just like are in like different areas and they don't connect or anything. So fucking the only thing I remember is I was like walking outside and like in like a weird, it was like a fucking like weird neighborhood, and it looked like it was in like California or something, and there was just a bunch of the same car out in like the street, and they were all like clipping through each other, and like they were like fucked up, and there was like they were like started like
dream.
yeah, literally, and they started like flying in the air because they were clipping and the physics were fucked, and I was like, what the, oh man, that's fucking weird, that sucks. I was like, well, that's fucking dumb. And then I just fucking continued walking, and I went inside this mall where I witnessed, like, it was like a fucking bird. So there's a bunch of people in this mall, and they're just walking around, and they're ignoring the spectacle, which I'm about to describe. And so the people are walking around this. So I walk in, and I see... There on the ground, there is like a fucking like toddler, like a fucking 6-year-old, like just being attacked by like a giant bird. And it's like a fucking fake bird because it has like a giant ass like long neck. And it is like it literally has his child's like fucking hand in its mouth. And the fucking kid is just like screaming and like trying to get away from it, and people are just like walking around it. And then I'm like, well, I gotta help this fucking kid. So I jumped out, I grabbed the fucking bird, and it starts freaking out. And I'm like trying to pull it off of the kid's mouth, or not off the kid's mouth. I'm trying to pull its mouth off the kid's arm. And then once people see me doing that, they fucking help me and they pull it off. And then the kid fucking gets out of the fucking bird's mouth. He fucking looks at me and then he just runs away on all fours. It was fucking terrifying. And then the second part was just as strange, but in a different way, because I was in like a school, but it was a school I had never seen before. And Jack Black was in there. And he had like a backpack on, like he was a student. And he was like talking to me, and he was talking to me about classes and stuff. But nobody else was in the school except for me and him. Like it was fucking abandoned. And like, he was like, yeah, hey man, can you print out these notes for me? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And then, so I walk into like a library where you can print stuff out. And then there's one person behind the fucking desk. And I'm like, yeah, can you like print these out? And then he comes up to me and he's like, no, don't ask her, just do it. And he was like really adamant that I don't tell anybody about this, about printing out these notes. And I was like, well, why not? And he's like, just don't do it, man. All right. And I was like, what? Why, dude? I'll just ask her. It'll be really. And I start walking over to her, and he like grabs me, and he like starts pulling me away and like dragging me. And I'm like, I like fall on the ground. He's like dragging me across the floor, and he's like, no, I told you not to do it. And then I woke up.
What the fuck, dude?
I don't know, man. What the hell? I just clicked on a random point and it's just showing like a panorama of a Taco Bell. What's happening?
You live here now.
Why is it so quiet? It's so scary. Man, how's happening? They're showing a thing of a Taco Bell. You live here now. Okay, dude. So I have some things to tell you today.
Yeah.
There were just some fucking weirdos that I've seen today. Fucking, so I had to go pick up some fucking medication or whatever at the fucking pharmacy, and I was like, hey Joe, on the way there, or like, do you want to just come with me and we can go to like Replay and like Barnes and Noble and stuff? And he was like, okay. So we fucking went to Replay first, and then we fucking go in there. And there's like a fucking weirdo and his daughter in there, and his daughter's like fucking like 8 or something. He obviously has no idea what the fuck he's talking about anything. And he was like, yeah, and he like went up to the fucking person at the counter and was like, yeah, can one of them Nintendo Switch things, can it connect to the TV? And then she was like, yeah, but we don't have any of those in stock. He's like, oh, well, what's that? And it was like, I don't know what the fuck it was, but it wasn't a Switch. And then they were like, oh, well, that's a whatever. And he was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then, like, some other guy comes in, and fucking, he is like walking around, and he's like, man, I gotta have Game Boy, and he has his like son there, and he's like, man, we gotta have some Game Boy, they gotta have some Game Boy games here somewhere. And like he like had no idea like what a Game Boy game looked like or anything for some reason. And he's like, yeah, and he was like embarrassing his fucking kid, and the kid obviously just wanted him to shut the hell up. And he was like, yeah, my son, he just bought a Game Boy. Can you have any Game Boy games? And he's like, yeah, they're over here. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, oh, hey, son, you get the Game Boy. And he was just like embarrassing his fucking child. And then the other guy, before he leaves, is like, yeah, like, what about all, so anyway, what can you give me for all this stuff? So I guess he must have fucking, like, given them games and shit to fucking sell. And then he was like, I can give you, like, $9. And he was like, wait, well, you don't want this one? She was like, no. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he just took the fucking, like, cash and left. And then, like, I went up and I bought fucking Mario and Luigi Dream Team because it was like $20. And I was like, oh, okay, I wanted to play that. And so I fucking bought it, and I went up there, and she was like, obviously just extremely thankful to just speak to a normal fucking person. Like, I could hear her complaining to the fucking other guy behind the counter. about the weirdos. Because she was like, he was like, man, I'm sorry. These guys, he was like, I'm sorry about that. She was like, no, it's okay. It's fucking Friday, whatever. And then it was like, she was talking about how some other weirdo or something like called on the phone and like was asking for seasons for a show, but he didn't say what seasons. He just said he wanted seasons or something. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And then, so afterwards, we went to fucking Steak and Shake to get some food because we were hungry. And the fucking person in front of us in the drive-thru was a fucking weirdo too, because she had gloves, like she had like latex gloves on, and like I had my window rolled down, and she was like, "Y'all better be washing your hands back there." And the guy in the drive-thru was like, yeah, we have to," which was like, "All right."
Oh my god.
I know. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.